Alright, so I'm getting ready to put wheel spacers on the rear of this 2021 Can-Am Commander. I got rid of the staggered wheels, installed race line bead locks, and put 32s on them, 10 inches wide all the way around. I didn't realize until after I had these on and was looking at it. So the front is wider than the back on these, which would make sense because the factory tars are 12-inch wides in the back. So the way they had them offsetted, they were even. Well, whenever you go to a same setup wheel, front and back, you end up being narrower in the back. So I bought Super ATV 1.5-inch wheel spacers, and I'm gonna put in the back. I think it's gonna make me a little bit wider in the back, but the front measures 64 and about 1/4. But now that's with the suspension up in the air, so it'll be a little bit wider whenever it's compressed. I just put a bar on the outside of my wheel. That way I could get an accurate measurement. Put another bar right here, measured at 64 1/4. If you had somebody to help you hold the tape measure, you just put a tape measure across it. But uncompressed 64 1/4 in the front, and then I'll take it to the back and see what the back was. I just did a close one here the other day when I ordered the spacer, so I hope I didn't order too wide of a spacer. But I'll put this on the back and see what it is. Alright, so I measured the back. The back measures 62 1/4, non-compressed. So it's a 2-inch difference. So I really needed a 1-inch wheel spacer to even it out. I ended up ordering 1.5 inches, so I'm going to end up being 1/2 inch wider on the back on each side. They had an 1.25 inch option, which I wish I'd have went with now. But I thought the other day whenever I measured this and it was on the ground, there's about 1.25 inch difference. So I was going to make it just a little bit wider in the back. Now I guess I'll be a little bit more, which I'll measure this again whenever I set it down. I had my wife helping me hold this the other day, so we could have been off versus actually putting a straight edge down the tire. Whenever I set it on the ground, I'll compress the springs. Once I got the wheel spacers on, we'll see how much of a difference they are. Because I didn't really want to be a whole lot wider in the back. I just wanted to be close to being even. So I might end up being 1/2 inch wider. But I'm going to throw these on there right quick, and we'll see what we look like. This is what we look like right now. Alright, so I got the spacers on. I'm 67 3/4 in the front and 69 in the back. So I'm 1.25 inches overall wider in the back now. So really 1-inch spacers would have been a lot closer instead of 1.5. But that's in the center of the tire. So with the way the back's cambered, you're actually even wider than that at the bottom. Probably less than that at the top. But this back has always had camber, quite a bit of camber to it. So I'll run these and see how I like them. I may end up trying to see if somebody wants to do some trading around, get some 1-inch spacers and get rid of the 1.5s. I'm not a big spacer fan. I just kind of wanted to straighten it up. But it's still, if you look at it from the front, it almost looks like the front's out further, even though it ain't. But the front don't camber like the back does. It's almost straight up and down. It's been like that since I got it. There ain't no adjustments on it as far as I know. But there you go. 1.5 inch spacers.